Hello to all of my brothers and sisters, and to all sentient beings, as His Holiness would greet his audiences sometimes. As we can see across our country and in our communities, the frustration and the anger over many things has arisen and brought us into the streets with anger and violence and frustration. It appears as though we have lost the respect for ourselves and for each other, an inability to listen to differences and accepting of differences that we have, whether it's racially, politically, gender, sociologically, etc. We can do better. We must do better. But as the saying goes, sometimes it is darkest before the dawn. And as we can see, we have descended into darkness. And I hope in the same way that we see these burning of cars and the smoke billowing up into space and the ashes that are left in place, that like the phoenix, we will rise to a higher state of consciousness, of loving kindness, compassion, and caring that starts with ourselves and flows out to others. We must do this. If we don't, it will continue to spiral down into deeper darkness, and who knows where that will take us. Tomorrow at 11:30, I will give a reading transmission or initiation of the mantra of loving kindness and compassion of the great Buddha and Bodhisattva Chenrezig or Avalokiteshvara. Or in whatever way that you connect to whatever is divine in your spiritual tradition, whether you believe or not believe. But we all understand love and kindness. We know that anger does not bring peace. Anger and its expression only brings more anger, more divisiveness, more hatred, and more violence. I think we have an opportunity to cut it at its root, and its root lies within us, our own anger, our desires, and our ignorance. It is time of the awakening. And perhaps what we see occurring in our cities now will, in a way, shock us to go, what are we doing? It is time of the awakening, to wake up. So again, would you join me tomorrow in the practice of the awakening of loving kindness and compassion and equanimity and joyousness that lies in the heart of each and every one of us at this very moment? I have lived through the riots in Selma, Alabama, the water hoses and the dogs and the killings and the shootings and the hangings. And I've seen this in the streets of New York, the looting, the killing, and the shooting. It is time for us to stop. All lives matter. Every sentient being matters. Every sentient being is precious. Life is precious. And I know we have endured this coronavirus, the police injustice, but that's not every police person. That is not every black person or white person or Hispanic person, etc. It is merely the sentient beings who are shrouded and veiled from the purity that lies within. What is that purity? The purity of love, the purity of caring, the purity of kindness. It is within each and every one of us. Let's rise up. Rise up in prayer. Rise up in protest of our own ignorance and ill-placed desire and anger that divides us from the other. And by removing that veil, we begin to join hands in unity to come up with viable solutions in our communities, our government, but most important, in ourselves. So again, with folded hands, I ask you, join the Buddhist community, the Islamic community, the Christian community, whatever community it may be, in the prayer for peace. Tashi to everyone. Don't lose the light within because it is there, even though it may seem like these are darkened times, because in the darkened times, that's when the light shines the brightest. See you tomorrow, I hope. Bye-bye.